Annmarie goes into this movie, she runs in and it's like, man, I really hope there's no jump scares in this movie. I'm like, should I say anything? Hello and welcome to Cassette Take, where you can eject wherever you want, but please don't forget to rewind. I'm Ethan.
I'm Annmarie.
And Annmarie, what did we just get out of seeing?
Oh man, we just got out of seeing Sun Help.
And Annmarie, did you need to send for help after
Um,
seeing this
I
movie?
think so because man, I hated this movie. I'm so sorry. It's very Sam Raimi. He's not my favorite director, and it's got the most Sam Raimi of Sam Raimi of Sam Raimi.
Yes, took the words right out of my mouth. Kinda. Because I actually enjoyed this movie and its Sam Raimi quirks,
I'm
but
so glad you did.
so you could tell Send Help is a movie directed by Sam Raimi. You know, if you don't know him for some weird reason, he is also the director of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies and also Evil Dead. He jumps around from genres here and there, but for the most part, he sticks with horror. And Annmarie does not like horror. So in her defense, I was not expecting her to like this movie going into it, regardless of how objectively good a lot of it could have been.
Well, you know what I hate more than horror? Bodily fluids. And this movie had a lot of bodily fluids, and I hated it.
Oh yeah, had the juices.
Ew!
Yeah, them
Oh my god, I was throwing up in my seat.
No, there's a lot of bodily fluids. There is a lot of stuff that was utilized with the body, human body. You know, I feel like this movie is almost like a pseudo anatomy class within itself.
Oh my god. Well, okay, so the movie is about Rachel McAdams, who works for Dylan O'Brien, who's a terrible boss, and they get in a plane accident and land on an island and have to learn how to survive together.
Yes, and the interesting thing is they give you a lot more context in the beginning of which makes sense in the background of Rachel McAdams' character, kind of where it makes sense to why some things are the way they are. And that was something I wasn't really expecting. I thought it was going to be a little more run of the mill, in all honesty, going into it. But after hearing a lot of positive talk about the movie, and me being an appreciator of Sam Raimi films, I'm like, I should have a lot more respect going into this movie. And yeah, it to me at least, it delivered in spades with exactly what it was supposed to be. Kind of like a little more like a little above Anaconda, but like they succeeded in the same way.
Well, listen, I think we both can agree on this. This film doesn't work if it's not Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien.
100%.
Because their chemistry is really, really good. And it's like both of them play these characters so well and I have to agree, like there is backstory given. Like this could have been a very run of the mill generic movie, but there is a lot of backstory in here that makes it compelling.
Yeah, and we've seen that with quite a few movies recently, which I'm enjoying that we've gone through this era, right, of a lot of movies kind of wanting to just get to the point and start real quick,
Hmm.
and there's no real time for development. And don't get me wrong, movies that do that and do it well, all power to them. It's all subjective and each movie's different. But, think we kind of forgotten the art of true first act development. And, Raimi really does deliver here in spades and just how he sets up Rachel McAdams' character, how he sets up even Dylan O'Brien's character, just a lot more nuance than you think there is, even from the get-go.
Yeah, and I think that's something again, like it really stands out between these characters, but also Sam Raimi's direction too. I did not hate this film entirely. It made me very uncomfortable at points, let's just say that. But his directing is really well established. Even there's like shots. There's a shot of Rachel McAdams getting on the island and it's like a 360 shot that pans out. And it was like it's so Sam Raimi at that point. I was like, oh, like I think we talk about Sam Raimi of his story and storytelling, but I think his directing needs to stand out too.
Oh, absolutely. His distinct stylization of everything, like even down to his jump scares, how he does his jump scares, which it was funny. Emery goes into this movie, she runs in and it's like, Man, I really hope there's no jump scares in this movie. Like, should I say anything?
I literally Googled jump scares and send help. I was prepared, but I had my eyes closed.
I think that was just one full sentence. It wasn't like "Send help" the title. It was just "Jump scares, send help."
Please send help, honestly. Oh man, it's just so like listen, you're gonna get the bodily fluid when it comes to like Castaway.
You're really stuck on the bottom.
I honestly, that's the part that bothered me the most, more than the jump scares. I was like, this is gross. I don't like this.
No, but going back to the jump scares specifically, his stylization though with those, like, and how he goes about them, even those are, like, so in tune and specific to him.
Mhm.
Like, it's not just your traditional, okay, slow build up and then fake out and then boom, there it is. It's like it has rhythm, a little bit of that rhythm, but, like, the way he does it, where he places the camera, how he gets the actors to be involved with it, and just, like, literally, there's one jump scare in this movie that I'm like, "Okay, that was a cheap shot, but I enjoyed that cheap shot, but man, my heart is racing."
You knew it was coming,
It was coming,
and then it just happened.
but, like, you don't expect it to be so on the nose as it is, and even, like, beyond the nose, it pushes through your nose. And it just gets you, man, it gets you, and I'm someone that really does not like, okay, I don't go into a movie looking forward to the jump scares, but after they happen, I'm like, "Oh, man, that's good," like, take out, like, a little cigarette and just kinda
We are completely opposite here. I do not look forward to them ever in my life.
Oh, man, but no, he again, just his stylization, I think, is great. Whether you like horror or not, it's and part of that stylization will come his cartoonishly looking CGI. I feel like
Oh my
that's
god.
kind of something that is true with just about all his films is almost every aspect of his CGI is cartoonish, but for some reason, with his style, it works.
I so disagree. Like Rubber Spider-Man, what are we talking about here? The CG, it's clearly CGI at some points, and like, yes, it is his style. I guess it does kind of work with the story, but I was like, man, that cliff doesn't look real at all.
No, I mean, I'm not saying the CGI looks good, but what I'm saying is it works in the sense of, like, enhancing its style, kind of like a hyper realistic looking painting, right?
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, okay, this is definitely fake and not, a picture, but it's got a really good cool style about it."
Hmm.
I mean, that's even like cell shaded stuff, it's basically stuff that's oh gosh, what's it? Rotoscoped. A lot of cell shaded stuff is rotoscoped, and it's like, well, why wouldn't you just have that in live action? Because this style looks good with it.
Yeah, I guess I agree with that point. Like, it is very Sam Raimi.
Yeah, and like Amory said at the beginning of this review, it's the most Sam Raimi movie that could ever Raimi a Raimi.
It really is. There's a twist in here, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Sam Raimi would do something like that.
And honestly, the twists in this movie it's like you kind of see how it's gonna go down, but the way that it's done and layered and the way that's written is just kind of like, "Oh, okay, I was kind of right," but it it's different with how it's executed and there's more layers to it, and it's just like, wow, it really takes you for a ride. This is one roller coaster of a movie.
Well, yeah, because we both had theories about something else that was gonna happen that didn't happen. And so it's not like, yes, the twists you can kind of see coming, but also we kind of thought something differently was gonna happen.
Yeah, and arguably, it still could have kind of happened. It might be, a little more implicit with how it's suggested, but
Sun helped too.
sent out to it's just like something towards the end that's just like, oh, this could have happened, but it doesn't tell you right out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the way it is, which you would kind of expect from a movie like this to nail the nail on the head. But I love I'm down for a little ambiguity here and there in a little Raimi movie.
Did you like the music of it too?
Yeah, so Danny Elfman, came back to work with his boy, Sam Raimi, and whenever they work together, it's always a fun time. Here, I think, the music definitely elevated the 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 material. I'm was not expecting there to be any chorus in this
Yeah.
score, and there was plenty of it, a lot more than I thought there was gonna be, but again, something that I didn't expect, but enhances the material. And between Elfman and Raimi, they're able to stylize it to a point where it just works.
He always has, like, a unique score to his movies too. There's always some, like, twinge in it that makes it kind of different and unique.
Yeah, it's very gothic and operatic at times, and, it doesn't matter the subject matter either. Like, I mean, we have this island, you know, isolation situation, stranded situation, and he still finds a way to insert his style into that type of material, and it works.
Yeah. Credit where credit's due. This movie could have been very basic, and
Yeah.
it's not.
Now, without any spoilers, if possible, Annmarie, what was your favorite part of this movie? Because obviously this wasn't the best experience for you,
No.
but there's gotta be something, right?
I guess, like, overall, like, Rachel McAdams' performance is very strong in here. I totally believed her and the way she went in this story. And so I kind of found that interesting. There's a scene of them just talking on the beach, which is very ambiguous, but it's like the scene that kind of kickstarts everything. And both of them play it off very, very well. And again, Dylan O'Brien is great. I find him very interesting because as an actor, he hasn't been in a lot of stuff. Like we know Teen Wolf, we know Maze Runner, but I'm glad he's getting into more of not like serious roles, but more like real roles in a sense. And so that scene I think really stood out.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Rachel McAdams goes to places I was not expecting her to go, and she was almost not recognizable towards the beginning of this movie.
No, she really is super strong in it.
Yeah, and okay, hot take here. I
Uh-oh.
don't think it'll happen at all, but I do think her performance specific nothing against Dylan O'Brien's performance, he was phenomenal, but I think that Rachel McAdams' performance in this movie is Oscar material
No.
for what this movie is and what this character needs to go through and how Rachel McAdams conveys it. It's just so visceral and crazy and just how does one even go about that and like balance it out the way she does? That's hard.
Interesting. It's an interesting take. I think, obviously, probably not just because of the release date. I will say I am kind of shocked that they released this in January because they usually dump their movies that they're not really sure about in January, and I think this did fairly well. I'll put it in there of how much it did at the box office and all that, but it's an interesting take. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think January has kind of changed. That tide's changed a bit over the years of like decent movies coming out in January.
Yeah, but, like, Oscar movies is, like,
Oh
the
gosh, yeah, no.
key
Yeah.
because well, that may be changing because Sinners came out in what, March? And it has
Oh,
16
jeez.
nominations, March, April?
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I'm not saying Sun Help is gonna win anything at the Oscars or be nominated.
2027.
but I'm just saying that Rachel McAdams' performance specifically was such a standout and was really impressive that I'm like, if she was nominated, I mean, we have yet to see the rest of what's to come this year, but if she was nominated based on what we know now, I mean, I wouldn't complain all that much.
I wouldn't either, I think it's well deserved, I just don't think it's gonna happen, but who knows? I trust me, I've been wrong before, so
Yeah, I mean, heck, we got Amy Madigan with from Weapons,
who would yeah.
which you see the movie, you're like, oh, definitely 100% deserves that nomination. But like, surface level, it's like, oh, older actress acting in a horror film. Why would that ever be nominated in the Oscars?
You actually have a good point because Weapons is a horror film, and I would consider this a thriller. So, interesting thought of that. It could happen.
Yeah, but I don't know. This movie is just we're fresh out of it. We literally walked out of it. So this roller coaster, we got a lot of catching our breath here going on.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we still have enough breath to tell you what we give it out of 10. And Annmarie, we gotta rate this thing.
All right.
So out of out of 10, let's say
Oh no.
ambiguous rats.
Fair enough.
And if you watch the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm referring to.
Oh man. Okay. So out of 10. Again, I think you need to understand this is not my type of movie. I did not have fun watching this movie. I felt like throwing up. Which I guess what? It did its job. I hated both of these main characters, and I feel like you're supposed to hate them both. And so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I don't think it's a bad film. It's just personally not the type of film that I would be jumping up and down to go see again. I do think again, this my scoring is so weird, but
Whose isn't?
yes, but Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien are excellent in it. And if you're a Sam Raimi head, go see this. You probably will end up loving it, just like Ethan did.
Yeah. And I really did, at the end of the day, really enjoy this movie. Do I think it's perfect? Do I think it's going to win all the awards? No, we just talked about that. Absolutely not. But I was pleasantly surprised by how much this movie did, in fact, deliver with that Sam Raimi style a lot of us, know and love. And, I'm absolutely here for it. I'd absolutely watch this movie again. I might even get it when it comes out on streaming or physical media. It's just such a fun time, and I can see it like at a a little friend watch party kind of thing. Get your
Mhm.
friends together, watch a fun little horror flick. I think this is that type of movie that you watch with your friends.
It's a good start to the year, I will say that.
Yeah, we had a lot of people in our audience that just it was great to get their reactions to
Oh yeah.
it.
It's been a week since it's been out, and so it's super interesting that it still's got legs.
Yeah. So I would give this an 8 out of 10 at the end of the day. Sun Help gets an 8 out of 10 ratstrations.
Oh my gosh.
Again, see the movie, you'll understand what I mean.
So uncomfortable.
But guys, Send Help, Sam Raimi's newest flick starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, scored by the Danny Elfman. Let us know what you guys think about the movie. Have you seen it? Will you see it? Whatever it is, do you hate it? We want to know. Let us know your takes on our tapes in those comments down below. And with that, Emery, I think that about does it for us.
Let's wrap it.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us on this episode of Cassette Take. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all the good YouTube vernacular. And we hope you haven't ejected thus far into the podcast, but whether you have or haven't, please don't forget to rewind. I've been Ethan,
I'm Marie.
and we love our ratstrations.